And today I'm your host, C. Vernon Martin, with our member connection here with the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. And today I have one of our longtime friends, Ms. Charesse Chester. Welcome, Charesse.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Glad to see you.
I'm glad to be seen and not viewed. Tell us about Charesse Chester.
Charesse Chester is a Miami native. Been in business since 2002. Did a little bit of political work early on after college, and love being a part of the Miami-Dade County community.
Okay. And what inspired you to start your Creative Visions Media?
Well, when my boss, a former elected official, went to Washington, Kendrick Meek, when he went to Washington, that was the perfect time for me to say, hey, let me take all of the relationships, the policy practices, and the community engagement experience that I've learned and open up my own company.
Now, I got to ask you, why do you want to go to Washington too?
Well, at that time, my daughter was 3.
Okay.
And I was married. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, I wanted to stay
home and grounded in South Florida.
Correct.
All right. So another door opened, you started your own business. Tell us about Creative Vision Media.
Well, Creative Vision Media, as I mentioned, started out doing political consulting, nonprofit consulting, and then we found our fit, and that was in public engagement, mostly in transportation projects in South Florida, and doing other compliance projects as well.
You also do a lot of work now with Jackson Hospital, right?
I've been fortunate, and that has evolved where we started. Well, let me say this. Media for Creative Vision Media is media, events, design, intergovernmental affairs, advocacy for small businesses, and advertising.
Okay.
So we started in our role at Jackson Health System doing community engagement, and it evolved to advocacy for small business. And we've been consulting on that project for about 10 years.
You did a great job hosting their Small Business Week just last month.
Well, thank you. I thank the Small Business Department, the responsible purchasing director, Ms. Amber Lawhorn, for that opportunity.
Hey, if you haven't had a chance to come out and visit Jackson Hospital for the Small Business Week, you need to make sure you stop by. You never know what you're going to get. They had some big wigs. Last year, they had Magic Johnson. This year, they had a great panel and a great host to help with it. So Jackson is doing some great stuff. They have the new emergency room opening up, but you were blessed to navigate that panel very well.
Well, thank you very much. And that comes from experience and as a small certified business in Miami-Dade County with all of the changes in public policy across the state. You have to understand how to stay ready. And it really is about relationships, which is why I wanted to be a part of the Miami-Dade County Chamber.
All right, we're going to give it to a couple times, but how can they contact you?
Well, our website is thebestcreativeteam.com.
Okay.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Even though we are Creative Vision Media, we believe in exceptional excellence, and you will find us at thebestcreativeteam.com.
Okay. And how are you pivoting now in this current climate?
Remaining in a role where we are always anticipating the need of the client. Every contract that we have has been renewed.
Okay.
So we mark ourselves with not only providing the best possible public engagement, advertising, event planning, compliance, elected official or in intergovernmental briefings, but making sure that the client says, wow, they're anticipating all of our needs. And then we engage with the public. We understand the public has a view, the client has a view. How do we build a coalition in that view on a project?
Who are your ideal clients?
Ideal clients are teaming. Well, our model is we team with engineering firms to pursue project management opportunities. So we will team with an AECOM or EXP and pursue work. So right now one of our projects is the South Dade Metro Express bus, which is one of the largest express bus services in the country.
Okay.
We've been public engagements consultants on that project for about 10 years. And that was a teaming with AECOM. And we continue to provide public engagement services for that project. So that's just one example of where we found where we fit in the South Florida market.
What do you see next for Creative Visionary Media?
I see more digital.
Okay.
Because when you think media, you do think digital overall. I see more digital. Just finding more staffing in that regard will help us meet that goal.
Somebody out there just starting a business and getting off wants to go into media. What's your advice to them?
Relationships. School matters. Where you open your business matters, but it all relies on relationships. And that relationship may not build or foster for 5 years.
Right.
But you got to have the relationship.
You got to have it, and you got to treat people right, because you never know when you come back around.
Protect your reputation.
That's true. That's true. All right. So why do you feel it's important for someone to be a part of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce?
Relationships. Every time I got an email from you, every time I've seen you in public, I said, my relationship with him matters. So I need to be a part of the chamber.
Well, we thank you for coming back home.
You're welcome.
you know, it's very important that you, if you have media, that you find somebody that understands you. And creative visionary marketing or media is that person that can really do that for you. And what about your schooling? You talked about schooling. Many people are looking at AI or different things like using AI now in your media.
I'm using AI very minimally, and even though I'm older and more seasoned, I know that I really need to take a deeper dive into AI. When you're a business owner, it's trying to find the balance of, will this fit my schedule? And can I manage my business as I do this?
Right.
But I know it's a necessity. And it's one of my, before the end of the year goes, because I've been doing some research in terms of what's offered online or locally, but I know that I need to master it and understand it for myself so I can understand the opportunities or the ways to expand and use it in the business.
Okay. Do you ever look, I know you play the what ifs, but consider what happened had you gone to DC?
No, because I believe everything happens the way that it should. My life is fulfilled. I love where I am. I love the South Florida market. And there's something about being local, native, understanding the history that you bring to every consultant client. So I bring to every project the history, the understanding, the impact, the hot button issues that I probably wouldn't be able to have if I were in DC.
And the relationships, because you know where they are. You've watched it. You've been around for a while. You've been
But here's
here
the
in South
deal.
Florida.
Whatever business you're in, if you don't love what you do, it doesn't matter.
Well, when you love what you do, it's never really work.
Correct. And sometimes I laugh. I say, man, they pay me to do this? And I have to stop. It's like, they pay me to do this. So that's really how you should feel at the end of the day.
But I have some people watching and say, you know, I don't know. I might not be able to afford a Charesse Chester. Are your prices reasonable? Do you work with them?
That's a good point. And it's true.
Scaled?
You can, that's why I say our model is different. We're not and I always tell people when we are interviewing, we're not the typical public relations and marketing. We have a particular avenue that we pursue.
Okay.
Teaming with engineering firms to pursue certain types of project management opportunities. That's it. So a conference, sure, we can do those things. We have experience in those things, but that is where we have grown and been very successful.
Okay.
And impactful.
All right. And hosting, you do that quite well also.
Well, I was kind of dragged into that. I was volunteered.
Volunteered. Well, you did it quite well.
I think
and that's part of your relationship with Jackson.
Correct. So and that's the thing. You can't always take from a client. You have to be available to say, hey, you know what? Sure, I'll do it. I'll do it. And that's what keeps you going and growing. And that's what gets you the referral.
Right. And the referral is important because people know who you're doing or what you're working with, or
Absolutely.
they see you giving your best for someone else and know that you can do it right for them. So that's always important.
And it's always good to step out of your comfort zone. Even though public speaking is my background, I've taught it at Florida Memorial University.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you're like, oh gosh, I have to prepare for this. But step out of your comfort zone. You never know what will happen as a result.
That is always important. What about Toastmasters? I know at one time you were a Toastmaster. Do you feel that those things, right now, people are usually writing and tweeting in shorter characters. People aren't talking in person anymore. They're usually on their phones. And what about personal relationships, in-person conversations?
I believe there's nothing better and nothing will replace the fundamentals. I still believe they should learn how to take a typing class, right?
Right.
Because it's the fundamentals. It teaches you structure. So in Toastmasters, so important. Typing and all of that is great, but again, it's the relationship. So I believe when we started, let's go back to COVID, when you started to work virtually.
Yes.
And people are, working from home, but there's nothing like hearing from a senior coworker how they've done something, or learning from a senior person as a younger person, how to get a project completed. So relationships, interactions are key to any successful business.
And what you just said, part of that relationship is a mentor, having
Correct.
someone senior that wants to go, that's where you want to go.
Correct.
Kind of interact with that.
Correct. And that's why people should always go to a training, a conference, at least twice a year, because you have to invest in yourself, because you need to know what's going on.
Now, you mentioned COVID. Those training conferences, though, have now become more virtual with Zooms.
Which I hate. And I stay away from them, because you know what happens? You get on there and you're like, okay, let me go do this. Let me do this. For me, I look for something in person.
Okay.
There's a greater value in person.
Well, we've got something,
in my opinion.
In your opinion.
We've got
something
opinion.
Good. Every Tuesday, we've got our small business meetup, which becomes a small family.
Correct.
And that's virtual. But it's a fact that, we partner that with our first Thursday breakfast and our last Thursday professional networking. But every Tuesday, and that started during COVID. I wasn't with the chamber then, but we used to meet every day. Now we meet once a week, and it's a family environment. So you meet it. And it's good because no matter what people are doing,
they can jump on.
We have people that plug in.
Correct.
from anywhere around the world.
Correct.
We have a member who I won't get him in trouble, but it was anniversary. He was out celebrating, but jumped on at 4 o'clock. Wifey knew, hey, it's part of his connection. It helps pay for these things we're doing. And they put that hour in. So investing is good. So we got to encourage you to make sure you plug in with the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce for our small business meetup every Tuesday at 4 p.m. virtually over Zoom. Then for the in-person, you can meet us the first Thursday of every month as it rotates around the county, and the last Thursday of every month for our professional networking. And if you have a business out there and you want to host this, please make sure you contact the office. Those are always great places to meet people, those in-person things.
And really virtual works too, especially if you have a busy schedule. You say, I can stay connected because I can dial in. But for me personally, people have to find what works for them. What's your fit?
It's a combination of both.
Correct.
Like you said, you like
Correct.
both. You know, you're looking at it, but you got those meetings.
Correct.
And some you can't afford now. You can't avoid now because they're virtual.
Correct.
So that's always a great thing.
Right. But stay connected is the key.
Right. All right. In closing, what would you tell everyone that wants to know more about Creative Vision Media?
There is a phrase by J.W. Marriott, which is our mission and our focus. It says, it's the little things that make the big things possible.
Okay.
So we are a firm that pay attention to detail, executes your plan with precision, and make sure we anticipate the hot button issues as we go out to deliver the message of your project.
All right, that's great. You're looking great today in your black. I got to
Thank you.
remind you, make sure you join us for our little black dress and pearls. You know, our ladies out there, hey, make sure you join us for little black dress and pearls. Charisse is already dressed for it. All she needs is pearls. Where we have our ladies as the topic, we're going to bring somebody in that's talking about ladies from a female point of view. That is always very important. And fellas, you're welcome to. It's not a bad place to be on a Saturday afternoon with all these powerhouse ladies in a little black dresses and pearls.
And I've gone to that event, and it's
What'd
fantastic.
You think about it?
It was fantastic, especially when you take your whole team. It's fantastic. I loved it.
And that's important to have something coming from a female point of view, right?
It was fantastic.
You know, especially when you're dealing with a lot of times the old boy network,
right,
especially from a female coming in. Do you find you have as many challenges now as you did when you first got started?
It's all about perspective.
Okay.
I know I add value. Creative Vision Media adds value. And once you figure out where you fit, you know where any situation, what is the value I bring to the client? And once you can demonstrate and communicate that, that's the win. That's the win.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to thank you for tuning in with us today here at Member Connection with the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. We encourage you to join us with our first Thursday breakfast, our last Thursday professional networking, and of course, as we said, our Tuesday small business meetup. If you're not a member of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, as your membership manager, I ask, why not? Give us a call to the office at 305-751-8648 or visit us at www.m-dcc.org. But most importantly, stay tuned for us right here every Monday as we interview our clients, and we're going to have you talking about the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce also. Charisse, thank you very much for taking our time out of your schedule to join us today.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you back here real soon.
Today, I stand before you, a proud graduate of Miami-Dade College and the 5th president of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. I'm honored to return to the college that prepared me to become a leader in our community, providing an education second to none. So I'm asking you to please tune in every Monday at 12 noon to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce's Member Connection, as I interview members of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce on our Facebook page at Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce or our YouTube channel, Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. To learn more about the Chamber, please go to m-dcc.org or call the Chamber at 305-751